If you're someone who stakes everything on fate or destiny, here's something that might make you think twice. You might actually be misunderstanding the incredible importance of accidents.
That's right. Chance isn't just about good or bad luck. For centuries, some of the greatest minds saw as the line between an ordered life where things have to happen and everything that's unplanned.
So what we're doing here is exploring a really foundational philosophical essay.
And we're pulling out the most game-changing insights from it. This is practical wisdom that could genuinely transform how you think about things like predictability and even personal responsibility.
That's a big promise. So what's the mission, really? We want to uncover why this idea of chance is such a pivot point.
It is. It's central to these huge debates about causality, freedom, and even how science explains the world.
And to really pull this apart for you, we're doing something a bit different. You are experiencing a unique two-host AI conversation, and it's powered by Google's Notebook LM, which lets us get a much deeper, more dynamic analysis.
So, the essay itself treats chance as a primary tool, a way for Western thought to just make sense of reality. It's right up there with concepts like cause and change.
It's that fundamental.
It is. It's essential for explaining why things don't always go according to plan.
Okay, so if it's so fundamental, where's the real conflict? I mean, how do thinkers avoid just shrugging and saying, well, stuff happens?
That's insight number one, the central conflict. The moment you discuss chance, you're forced to talk about causation.
What causes what?
Exactly. The historical wrestling match was this. Is something that seems random truly uncaused? Or does it just look that way because our point of view is limited?
Because we don't have all the information.
Precisely. Aristotle had a brilliant example. Imagine someone is digging a grave and they accidentally strike buried treasure.
Okay.
The digging didn't cause the treasure to be there. The incredible new wealth was a complete coincidence, a chance event.
That makes perfect sense. So Aristotle was drawing a line between events that happen, let's say, for the most part, the expected things.
And the events that just happen by chance.
Yeah.
And that brings us to insight number two. That ancient distinction right there kicked off this massive, long-running argument.
Which is
chance a real fundamental force in the universe? Or is it just a name we give to our own ignorance?
And this is where it gets really personal, right? Because the essay connects chance directly to human action.
It does. How we define an accident completely changes how we look at accountability.
Right. If everything is just destiny,
then no one is ever truly responsible for anything. The essay links chance directly to freedom and also to the idea of providence, this belief in some kind of guiding plan.
so a true accident, a really random event, would challenge that plan.
It would. It demands that we take responsibility for our choices instead of just blaming fate. It moves the whole discussion from was that unavoidable to were you actually free to choose?
And that reframes everything. Law, morality, all of it.
It really does. And if you enjoy this kind of thinking, this way of pulling ideas apart, you can find more of it. AI analysis, summaries, critiques, all on our YouTube channel. Mindful Moments. It's all there to inspire reflection.
Okay, so this isn't just ancient history. How does it connect to today?
Well, that's insight number three. It's modern relevance. This concept is absolutely not stuck in the past. If Aristotle laid out the philosophical problem, modern science dragged it into the lab.
How so?
Today, chance goes from everyday luck all the way to intense mathematical modeling. It's now fundamental to probability, statistics, even quantum theory.
Where they're debating true randomness at the subatomic level.
Exactly. It went from being a philosophical idea to a scientific variable.
So let's tie this all together. It seems like the biggest lesson from this essay is that when you grapple with chance, you're forced to define the boundaries of your own control.
That's a perfect way to summarize it. It's the difference between taking ownership and just handing it off to the unknown.
Which leaves us with a pretty provocative thought.
It does. And it's a question for you listening. If chance is really just a label for our own ignorance of what causes things, how much of your daily life are you mislabeling as accidental when it might just be unstudied?
A lot to think about there. Click the link on your screen for the in-depth essay summary and more. Remember to subscribe, share, and always think rationally. And see the many genre-based podcasts at Mindful Moments. Nourish your mind on the go.